The world is full of stories, both tragic and triumphant. Some stories fade with time, while others echo through generations, reminding us of the enduring power of the human spirit. The story of Irena Sendler is one such tale, a story of extraordinary courage and compassion in the face of unimaginable evil. Irena Sendler, a Polish social worker, became a beacon of hope in the darkest days of the Holocaust. Driven by an unwavering belief in the sanctity of human life, she risked her own freedom and safety to save thousands of Jewish children from the clutches of the Nazi regime. Her story is not just a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, but also a stark reminder of the capacity for both great evil and profound goodness that exists within humanity. In this video, we delve into the life and legacy of this remarkable woman, exploring her journey from a young social worker to a symbol of courage and compassion. We will uncover the perilous methods she employed to smuggle children out of the Warsaw Ghetto, the brutal torture she endured at the hands of the Gestapo, and her miraculous escape from certain death. Join us as we explore the life of Irena Sendler, a woman who stood defiant against the darkness and whose legacy continues to inspire generations. Her story serves as a powerful reminder that even in the face of overwhelming evil, one person's actions can make a world of difference. Irena Sendler's journey began long before the Holocaust. Her values were shaped by a childhood immersed in empathy and a deep respect for human dignity. Born in Warsaw, Poland in 1910, Irena, then known as Irena Krzyżanowska, grew up in a family dedicated to social justice. Her father, Stanislaw Krzyżanowski, was a doctor who devoted his life to serving the poor and marginalized, often providing free medical care to those in need. As a child, Irena saw her father's unwavering compassion, especially his dedication to helping the Jewish community in their small town. His actions and his belief in the inherent worth of every individual left a lasting impression on young Irena, instilling in her a deep sense of social responsibility that would guide her throughout her life. Even as a young girl, Irena showed a rare courage and sense of justice. She strongly opposed the widespread discrimination against Jewish students at her university, often speaking out against the segregation and injustice she witnessed. Her outspoken nature and unwavering commitment to equality earned her both admiration and animosity, but she refused to be silenced. The values instilled in her youth, the lessons of compassion and courage she learned from her father, laid the foundation for the extraordinary heroism she would later display. Irena's early years, though seemingly ordinary, were the crucible in which her indomitable spirit was forged, preparing her for the extraordinary challenges that lay ahead. The winds of change swept across Europe, and with the rise of the Nazi Party in Germany, a shadow of fear loomed over Poland. The year 1939 saw the Nazi invasion of Poland, marking a dark chapter for the Jewish population. Irena, a social worker in Warsaw, witnessed the escalating persecution. The Jewish quarter transformed into a ghetto, its inhabitants subjected to inhumane conditions. Irena felt a profound call to action. She knew she had to resist the encroaching darkness. Irena joined the Polish resistance movement, Zagota. This underground organization provided her with the platform to make a difference. Aware of the risks, Irena's moral compass left her no choice. Driven by empathy, she embarked on a perilous path to save lives. Working undercover as a social worker, Irena was granted access to the Warsaw Ghetto, a privilege that placed her in a unique position to aid its desperate inhabitants. This access, however, was a double-edged sword. While it allowed her to witness the horrors firsthand and identify those in dire need of help, it also placed her under constant suspicion from the ever-watchful eyes of the Nazi guards. Irena, fully aware of the risks involved, knew she had to tread carefully, maintaining a facade of normalcy while secretly working to undermine the Nazi regime. She began by providing food, medicine, and clothing to the ghetto residents, small acts of kindness that made a world of difference in their desperate circumstances. But Irena knew she had to do more, something far more daring and dangerous to truly make a difference. The plight of the children trapped within the ghetto's walls particularly tugged at her heartstrings. She saw the fear in their eyes, the innocence slowly being extinguished by the horrors they witnessed daily. Irena knew she had to get them out, to offer them a chance at a life free from persecution and fear. Thus began Irena's most perilous mission, the smuggling of Jewish children out of the Warsaw Ghetto. Working alongside a network of trusted individuals within Zagota, Irena devised a series of daring and ingenious methods to spirit children out from under the noses of the Nazi guards. Each rescue was a testament to her courage, her quick thinking, and her unwavering belief in the value of every human life. Smuggling children out of the heavily guarded ghetto was a logistical nightmare, fraught with danger at every turn. It required meticulous planning, unwavering nerves, and a network of individuals willing to risk their lives for the cause. Irena, with the support of Zagota, orchestrated what can only be described as an underground railroad for children, a clandestine operation that relied on the bravery and compassion of countless individuals. The operation involved a carefully constructed network of safe houses, secret passageways, and courageous individuals who acted as couriers, guides, and protectors. Each rescue was a testament to the power of human connection, a symphony of coordinated efforts that defied the omnipresent threat of the Nazi regime. Parents, faced with the agonizing choice of parting with their children or condemning them to certain death, entrusted Irena with their most precious treasures. The anguish of these separations weighed heavily on Irena's heart, but she knew that every child smuggled out of the ghetto represented a glimmer of hope in the face of overwhelming despair. The journey out of the ghetto was perilous, filled with uncertainty and danger. Children, often sedated to prevent them from crying out and alerting the guards, were hidden in suitcases, coffins, and even under the floorboards of vehicles. Each successful escape was a victory against the odds, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the unwavering dedication of those involved. Irena's resourcefulness and quick thinking were truly remarkable. She understood that to outsmart the Nazis, she had to stay one step ahead, constantly devising new and innovative methods to evade their scrutiny. Her tactics, often bordering on the audacious, were born out of necessity and fueled by an unwavering determination to save as many children as possible. One of Irena's most ingenious methods involved using her permit to enter the ghetto for sanitary inspections. The Nazis, obsessed with hygiene and fearful of contagious diseases, rarely questioned her presence. This provided Irena with the cover she needed to smuggle children out under the guise of transporting sick individuals. Another tactic involved exploiting the Nazis' love for animals. Irena would often bring her dog along, training it to bark on command. The commotion created by the barking dog would mask the sounds of children being ushered into hiding places or smuggled out of the ghetto. Perhaps the most heartbreaking aspect of Irena's work was the need to separate children from their families, often with little hope of reunion. To ensure their safety and preserve their identities, Irena meticulously recorded each child's name and other vital information on thin slips of paper. These precious documents, containing the only link to the children's true identities, were carefully hidden in jars and buried beneath a tree in a friend's garden, a poignant symbol of hope buried beneath the shadow of tyranny. Once safely outside the ghetto walls, the rescued children faced new challenges. They needed new identities, safe havens where they could live without fear, and, most importantly, love and care after enduring unimaginable trauma. Irena and her network knew that rescuing the children was only half the battle. Providing them with a chance at a normal life was equally crucial. Working tirelessly, Irena established connections with orphanages, convents, and sympathetic Polish families willing to open their hearts and homes to these vulnerable children. The children were placed in these safe havens, given new identities, and taught to blend in, their Jewish heritage concealed to protect them from the ever-present threat of discovery. Irena understood the importance of preserving the children's true identities. She knew that one day, when the nightmare was finally over, they would need to reconnect with their families and reclaim their stolen heritage. The slips of paper buried beneath the tree represented a glimmer of hope for a future reunion, a testament to Irena's unwavering belief in a brighter tomorrow. The risks Irena and her network undertook were immense. Discovery would mean certain death, not only for them but also for the children they were trying to save. Yet they persevered, driven by an unshakable belief in the sanctity of human life and the importance of their mission. The shadow of suspicion loomed large, and the Gestapo, notorious for their brutality and efficiency, were relentless in their pursuit of those who dared to defy the Nazi regime. Irena and her network lived a double life, their days a delicate balancing act between maintaining a facade of normalcy and carrying out their clandestine operations. The constant fear of betrayal hung heavy in the air. The Gestapo, known for their use of informants and their ability to exploit the slightest crack in the resistance, posed a constant threat. Irena and her comrades were forced to operate with the utmost secrecy, their communications shrouded in code, their meetings held in the dead of night. Despite their best efforts, tragedy struck in 1943. The Gestapo, acting on a tip from an informant, raided Zagota's headquarters, uncovering evidence of their operation and arresting several key members. Irena, though not present during the raid, knew she was in grave danger. Her name, linked to Zagota's activities, was now on the Gestapo's radar. The Nazis, obsessed with crushing the resistance and making an example of those who dared to defy them, were determined to capture Irena Sendler. A bounty was placed on her head, and the hunt for the woman who had so skillfully outwitted them intensified. Irena, now a fugitive in her own city, was forced to go into hiding, her life hanging precariously in the balance. Despite their best efforts to maintain secrecy, the Gestapo's web of informants was vast and unforgiving. In the autumn of 1943, Irena's luck ran out. A paid informant betrayed Irena to the Gestapo. On October 20, 1943, Gestapo officers arrived at Irena's apartment. Irena maintained her composure. She had hidden the incriminating documents beneath a loose floorboard. As the officers stormed in, their heavy boots echoed ominously. The Gestapo wasted no time in placing Irena under arrest. They roughly searched her apartment but failed to discover the hidden slips of paper, a small victory with profound implications for the future of the children Irena had saved. Irena was taken to Pauiak prison, where the Gestapo's terror was rampant. Subjected to brutal interrogations, she endured beatings, mock executions, and deprivation. Despite the torture, Irena's courage and resilience shone through. Irena's silence shielded the rescued children, even as her captors inflicted severe injuries. Her health declined, but her spirit stayed strong. She saw through the Gestapo's deceit and refused to betray her comrades. Sentenced to death, Irena was saved by Zagota's brave efforts. A guard provided a forged release order, leading her to freedom. Irena, now a fugitive, was smuggled out of Warsaw to live under a new identity. Irena, now Jolanta, adapted to rural life, always wary of the Gestapo. She found solace in farm work, but remained haunted by her past. The fear of discovery was constant, but she drew strength from her survival. Irena remained steadfast in aiding the resistance, offering crucial intelligence and support. Her deep understanding of the Gestapo's tactics was invaluable. Despite the constant danger, she stayed dedicated to combating Nazi oppression. The end of the war brought mixed emotions: joy for liberation, sorrow for the lost. Irena retrieved the records of the saved children, striving for reunions. She worked tirelessly to reconnect families, embodying hope. Irena faced post-war challenges with courage, aiding orphaned children. She married Stefan Zrzemski and rebuilt her life. Her spirit remained unbroken, finding joy in simple pleasures and sharing her story. Irena's story gained international recognition after the fall of communism. The play, Life in a Jar, highlighted her heroism. Despite the accolades, Irena remained humble, cherishing the lives she saved. Irena lived to 98, passing away peacefully in 2008. Her legacy is a powerful reminder of courage and compassion. Irena's story continues to inspire, a beacon of hope and resilience. Irena Sendler's life exemplified the power of the human spirit. She believed in the inherent worth of every human life. She saw the face of God in each child she rescued. Irena's story reminds us we all have a choice when confronted with injustice. She illuminated a path of courage, compassion, and hope. Her legacy continues to inspire countless others. Let her story remind us that love and compassion can prevail in the midst of evil. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please join our growing family and subscribe to our channel. May God bless you in all your endeavors. Thank you for watching.